Hello everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for the 12 days of sparkle and shine that I am doing with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Today is day number 3 and we are doing gold. So I am going to use gold in multiple ways like I did with the silver layout yesterday. And I'm starting out with this deer cut file, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is from Paper Issues. But I have multiple deer. I don't know how I got them all, but I have multiple deer cut files. So anyhow, I cut it out on an 11 by 11 size piece of paper. And then what I chose to do is I am going to back it with different strips, alternating between gold foil and this craft color. And I have a couple of sheets of this craft color that are from the Hot Cocoa collection by American Crafts from a long time ago, but it's like my favorite Christmas collection, so I have been hoarding some of it. And then the gold foil is the gold mirror paper from Cardstock Warehouse. This gold stripe and dot is from one of the, I want to say it's from a Michael's Hot Buy pad, so Craftsmith or whatever. I believe that, and the leaf one is also from that. And then that gold foiled snowflake, I can't remember exactly where that one is from. But anyway, I'm just going to layer them, alternating the gold foil with the craft. And I am using the kind of off cut of the cut file to kind of trace and tape it down each layer just to make it easier. And then I am going to use actually that leaf gold foiled piece of paper to create a border for my entire layout. So all I'm doing is tracing around the pieces, and I'm making them pretty large bits for the backing, just because it didn't need to be like small little pieces. And this would be a perfect thing for scraps, but unfortunately I don't have a lot of gold scraps. I prefer silver to gold, and so I have more silver scraps than gold scraps, so I had to actually cut into some of these sheets, but it was fine. And then I'm just going to back this, and I did cut a couple of the pieces a little too small, so you do see a little bit around the edges, but it turns out to be fine in the end. So you're going to see me mess around with this for a little bit here. And then I'm going to decide to use this paper to back it. And I'm not sure why I'm tracing that. Oh, because I wanted to make sure that I put the deer head down in the right spot of the background paper. So I'm going to tape it directly to that background paper, and then I'm going to put the white sheet over it. Just so that like the spacing is correct, because it is 11 by 11, so there should be a ½ inch on all the sides. But it's surprisingly frustrating trying to get that worked out right, and I don't know exactly why, but it is. But I eventually will get it down. And then I am going to go off camera after I get this taped down, and I am going to use my sewing machine, and I am going to stitch around the outer edge of that white sheet, and then also in between the reindeer's antlers. I'm going to stitch with some gold thread, just another layer of gold, and I think it's fun, and it also helps adhere that background piece down. I was going to go around the entire reindeer, but unfortunately up at the tip of his antlers it's too close to the edge of the paper, and I was afraid that I would end up tearing it. So yes, my ATG of course ran out, and I bought the wrong refills. I hate these refills. These are the yellow ones, which I think are supposed to be archival safe, and I hate them. Like, I usually buy the red ones because they're cheaper and I just prefer them. But these yellow ones, they're just a waste of money. Like, I feel like I waste half of the adhesive because it won't come off the roll right. It's just so frustrating. But anyway, so I'm almost done with this part of it. And then my problem was I couldn't figure out what kind of photos I wanted to use. I was thinking about using some of the dogs playing in the snow, but we haven't had a whole lot of snow yet this year. And I have scrapped a lot of our other photos of them playing in the snow. So I like hemmed and hawed and went through all my photos, and I finally came up with ones that I just took like last week or the week before with my youngest daughter, using a Snapchat filter, of course. So there I quickly showed you my stitching, and then here are the photos I'm going to use, and I have 2 of them, and I'm going to use this gold glitter paper. Now this is some gorgeous paper. This is from Cardstock Warehouse, and it is just amazing. So it's not as like bright shiny glitter as some papers are. However, like, the texture of this is amazing, and I can't wait to use it in my silhouette because I feel like it's going to cut beautifully. So I'm really excited about that. But for now, I'm just using it to back my photos, and then I'm going to adhere the photos down. I'm going to pop one of them up on Fun Foam, and the other one I just adhered directly down. I am covering up part of the deer, but you can still tell what it is, so it's just fine. And then I'm going to use, I made this little dangling tassel thing, and on the ends of it I put some of the gold paper that I punched out using a heart punch. And I also used some red hearts because there's a little bit of red in the photo and I felt like I needed another color. And so I'm going to kind of stick these around, hanging in between the deer's antlers. And I know, like, I feel like I should have brought in a little bit of red somewhere else, but I don't know. I felt like I didn't really want to, so I just didn't do that, which is kind of unusual because usually I like to, you know, repeat the color in a few different spots. But yep, and there, my glue was clogged up, and instead of being smart and taking a pin and poking the, you know, glue out of the nozzle, I just squeezed it really hard. And so I got a big glob of glue, so now I'm using it to stick down all of these other hearts. Which worked out because there was just enough for all of them. And my title is going to be, there's going to be 2 titles, so it's going to be Oh Dear. And I really like having that O on the deer, but it doesn't work out with where I wanted the deer because I want it to kind of offset the photos a little bit so that's not so heavy on the one side. I mean, it still is, but it's fine. And now I'm sticking down a couple of the extra gold hearts, and then I'm going to come in with a smaller gold alpha, and I'm going to put I love you over the photos. And so it's going to be Oh Dear, I Love You. And that is pretty much going to finish up my layout. So if you haven't already, head on over to Christy's channel. Her layout is amazing and I love it, and I'm really excited for you guys to go watch it. So the link will be down below for you to head on over to her channel, and then stay tuned because we're going to have more days of sparkle and shine. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!